far and wide beyond.
All right, as is apology for that mix-up there. Next week, I will definitely bring you that particular segment, Random Beats. How could standard of education be improved upon in the state or at the national level? All right, away from that now, we'll take the interview segment with our guest who is already with us here in the building. My own brother, Jawolusi Oluwaseun. Nice having you on the show today with us. How's everything?
Fine.
Okay, you were the representative of Ekiti State in the Labour Room TV reality show.
Yes.
Of course, you were here when the show wanted to kickstart, and of course, you told us some of the things you were going there to do, and of course, to actually represent Ekiti State that particular show. Thank God you are back. Of course.
Yeah.
Let me quickly ask you, what was the experience like?
Wonderful, amazing,
Nice one.
and transformational. That's what I have to say for that.
That's good. Now, what actually informed this name, Labour Room? Why Labour Room?
Labor room, from the name, structured on the ideals to give birth to a new nation, to instrumentalize ideas and policy to foster the recreation of the Nigerian identity. So hence, prompt to engage the youth, the pivotal citizen, in some think tank interaction, from each Nigerian state. And at the end of the day, I'm so proud that I gave back to a developmental idea, the new Ekiti dream.
That's good.
So Labour Room, went to the Labour Room for 60 days to labor, to give birth to a new nation, Nigeria. And I'm back home, happy to be back home with an idea that will foster an all-round transformation of my state and Nigeria at large. So
that's good. Now let's look at New Ekiti. Of course,
the new Ekiti dream. Yeah.
Now you have the new Nigeria, right?
Yeah, the new Nigeria. Okay.
Let's talk about the new Ekiti.
Okay. To start with, during the course of the TV show, we were actually opportuned to have several invited guests from all spheres of professions, dignitaries, movers and shakers, captains of industries, and several reputable icons. And most importantly, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria visited us during the course of the show. So he made mention of something that in the past 3 decades, specifically in early 1970s, that Nigeria and South Korea were at the same level, but today the same South Korea is ahead of Nigeria in every developmental capacity. And he also noted that South Korea blazed a trail for an export-led economy. Now, this revelation now inspired me inspired me to go into certain underlying facts that foster this socio-economic revolution of these Asian tigers. Hence, I discovered that one of the foundational steps towards development is to have a long-term socio-economic development plan. In contrast to our recurring short-term blueprint that we often tag as manifestos. So hence, a prompt to develop this 30 years socio-economic development plan for Ekiti State. It cut across all sectors, placing sectors that needs maximum interventional attention on the scale of developmental preference. So that's how this new Ekiti dream has been instrumentalized.
That's good. You were there for 60 days.
Yeah, I was.
Because that's roughly 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
That's good. Now, while you were there, I'm sure you actually represented Ekiti State, but how well did you represent Ekiti State? By displaying our potentials. Some of the things we have here in Ekiti State.
Okay, to start with, in this new Ekiti Dream book, it contains 30 years socio-economic development plan and also some of my successfully solved national assignments. Take for instance, during the course of the show, we were given a task to personally develop a crisis management module for Nigeria.
Okay.
And the result is inside the book. And also different debates on how to move our respective states forward. All the reports are in this documentary.
Okay.
And not only that, you asked me how well did I represent Ekiti State. By the matter of fact, as we all know, Ekiti State has the smallest population in southwestern Nigeria. We know that. But on the other way around, can you just believe that Ekiti State has the highest number of votes? 6%. And I think Ogun had two. Oyo had two. Ogun had one. Osun nil, Ondo nil, and Lagos here evicted.
So Ekiti State actually has the highest.
6% highest, despite the fact that we have the smallest population in southwestern Nigeria. So how else can I make my state proud? That's the true spirit of jingoism. That's my philosophy. You know me by jingoism. I will explain that maybe subsequently. You know.
Okay. Now, and that's why you came up with this book, right?
Yeah.
The New
Ekiti Dream. Yeah.
What actually informed the New Ekiti Dream?
As part of the criteria to meet up with the standard of this program, each of the representative was actually given this obligation to develop a personal development project for their respective states.
Okay.
So this is my personal development project for Ekiti State.
That's good.
How to develop Ekiti State for the next 30 years, talking about all the pivotal sectors in the economy, placing them on the scale of preference with respect to attention being needed. So that's how this book
now let's look at the book itself, the New Ekiti Dream.
Yeah.
How does this affect our economy as a state? Let's look at it generally.
As it is, I told you, in the nation building process, the government and the people both have crucial roles to play. While the government creates favorable environment for investment and businesses to thrive through the times, the people must be ready to take responsibility. Embark on certain personal development projects, embark on some personal social responsibility. So this book contains some of the viable ideas, policies, and engagements as in form of civic responsibility that the people need to assume in order to foster the long-awaited all-round transformation of Ekiti State. So that's what the book is all about. So as it is, it's not for sale. It's free.
Okay.
Free access. You know?
Okay.
So I want the illustrious sons and daughters of Ekiti at home and in the diaspora to have access to this written work, download it, read through it, and at the end of the day, come back to display the true spirit of jingoism. What do I mean by true spirit of jingoism? Extreme patriotism. Have a true love for your state or for your country. And research results have clearly shown that successful nations of the world today, or successful states, were developed by jingoistic men that have true love for their country or for their state. Men that made it outside and come back home to come and invest in their state to foster job creation, to foster all-round transformation. That's how successful nations, successful states were built. So this book contains some ideas, some recommendations, some strategies on how to develop Ekiti State for 30 years. I just want people to read through it. And by the matter of fact, I was in the labor room for 60 days. Several invited guests came to speak to us. Now, we have a lot of professionals. All the experiences gained from them fostered the realization of this documentary, this book. So I want the people to pick it up for free, read through it, and at the end of the day, come back home to come and foster the all-round development of the state as part of their responsibility to the development of the nation and the states.
All right. So you just said that it is free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
Now, how can an ordinary man on the street, of course, get to this book?
No, as it is, it's actually downloadable. www.newekitidream.com.
Okay.
I actually have an online platform for in order to foster the sustainability of this project.
Okay.
To enhance the long-termness. A lot of activities will be going on. A lot of personal development projects, that will be structured towards empowering the youth will be going on. soon I will start pushing some of the content of my book titled Empowering You with 30 Plus Lucrative ICT Ideas.
Okay.
I'll be putting it in the site for free for people to read through it and start maximizing it for self-reliance.
Okay.
So now, also, you say, how can common man in the street have access to it? While the online version is freely available for download, responsible, patriotic Ekiti sons and daughters can pick it up and say, okay, I want to sponsor the production of maybe 200 copies and distribute to schools, distribute to higher institutions for people to read through it and at the end of the day contribute to the development of their states.
As it is now, because some people might need this hard copy.
Yeah.
I want you to make it available. If I don't know what will cost you anyway, but then try as much as possible so that people, not everybody, has access to.
About IT oriented, I understand.
So,
okay.
of course, so that people can easily lay their hands on this hard copy.
Yeah.
Now let's quickly relate these to not too young to. Of course,
not too young to run. Okay.
So now, how can you actually link that, or is there anything in between them?
In my oft-recited maxim of national development, I always say something that the future of the Nigerian economy, the future of the well-being of the Nigerian all-round transformation depends on how pragmatic, on how contributive the Nigerian youths are. See, the youth needs to take up certain responsibilities. I don't want to go into details right now.
Okay. So now, are you telling us that Ekiti State we have some youths who can actually run and of course hold some elective positions?
As it is, basically, I wouldn't want to talk about appointments right now because I have an ideology.
Okay.
Socio-Economic Development.
Okay.
Not socio-political development.
Okay.
Rather for now.
All right.
So this book is all about socio-economic development, how to develop the social structure and the economic structure of Ekiti State.
Okay.
So that's how.
All right. The message is of course is well understood. Now, if I may ask you on a final note, this book as it is now, at the Labour Room, did you make it available there?
Definitely, I was in the Federal Capital Territory last week, Abuja, the head office of the Nigeria Bar Foundation. I actually gave a copy to them, and by now I'm sure that people will be having access to freely download the soft copy online. So it's a free material.
Okay.
www.newekitiri.com.
Okay.
So
let's narrow it down to Ekiti State.
Okay.
How can you get this down to some of the
illustrious? Okay. Definitely, I have some printed copies for some targeted dignitaries, notable dignitaries that are committed to the progressivism and diversification of Ekiti State's economy. So this will definitely get to them.
Right.
That's definitely
okay. I hope your homecoming back to Ekiti State is going to be of benefit to us here after the 60 days at the Labour Room.
Definitely, I will be embarking on certain personal development projects. Now, you asked a question earlier. Now, we need to start taking responsibility. While established organizations embark on corporate social responsibilities, let the youth, let the patriotic citizen, jingoistic citizens embark on personal social responsibilities.
That's good.
So, as part of my contribution to the development of my state and my nation at large, I will be having certain empowerment programs. So, to be unveiled on the website and subsequently. And
all right. Mr. Oluwaseun, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks a lot, sir.
And of course, I wish you, of course, better future so that people here in Ekiti State can actually benefit some of the things you have actually gained over there in Ekiti State and make it available for us so that we too can actually gain from it and make our state a better place for us to be in. Thank you so much for coming once again.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Amen.
All right, the show continues. It is Weekend Special.